I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is September 28th, Thursday, 2023. So we had a sort of indecisive day, but more on the bullish side. We did end up retracing and not taking out the low. All we did was we consolidated and speakered out and came to underneath the 50 of a range if you identified it right, and then looked for buys, definitely to take up the liquidity, seal that imbalance right there, get into almost this daily imbalance on the top. So you had your target below, or you had your target above right here. Yesterday's review, watch that. You'll see that I'm mentioning this, but it was uploaded very late. I actually didn't upload yesterday, uploaded this morning, so which really kind of sucked, but oh well. If you got to watch it, you got to watch it. But I do mention coming down here, probably buy from here, and then we're gonna come up here, and then I did not be able to mention this daily imbalance right here that I marked now, but this is kind of where I was talking about. But let's see here. Let's go to a smaller time frame. This day you gotta handle it a different way, because the big possibility was that we have maybe a possible shift of direction and structure, right? So because we've exhausted the bottom side, coming down and taking out that over here, tagging this this down candle right there, taking out liquidity on our way. So that being said, we have a lot of lower highs and liquidity above. Been saying it in the previous week as well, but and sure enough, we ended up doing that. So how did that look like here? Well, when we made the video here yesterday, you see we got this high and we got this low. So this is where the manipulation starts. It makes the low, which we did in the PM session yesterday, right? Almost 4 o'clock, right? And then we open up here, okay? And then we stay underneath that low. I'm sorry, that high. We come down, make structure to take out that low. Then from here, it shoots up and it comes and takes out that high. And then it shoots down and it comes and takes out that low. See that? So the purpose of all this is just really manipulating and speakering out, right? You could see it. Yes, it's a consolidation, but when you have consolidation, especially with Dow, you're going to have a lot of manipulation as far as taking out lows. So really, you just had 1, 2, 3 drives down of manipulation, right? Even though there were more in here, these are internal, but the way you got to look at this is a little bit skewed sometimes. So for example, if you were going to look for buys, I'm mentioning that we want to take a buy from over here. So and today I'm ready at a 30 here. Beautiful trade. Comes down first. It's a 5-minute, but I'll go on a smaller time frame. Comes down, shoots up, and then I want to be a seller after taking out that high, because the range here from yesterday when we ended the day, from here to here, that was where we sat as far as going up, right? And then remember, we're also in this down range. So we are originally bearish. So we're in this range. How far does it retrace up? Yesterday, it does get above the 70, right? So it takes out this liquidity and where people pretty much entered. So on this down leg, right? So I'm identifying the legs and the ranges. So what is this leg going to look like if it's more bullish? Well, again, you have two options. We could sell from here and take out this low and be bearish again, because it's high enough. If it's going any higher, sometimes it'll just really take out liquidity. Get into this like imbalance right here. If you see it, you can see it on the 15 over there to the left. You can see it on the 1 hour right here. See this? And if it's not going to go above, then it would definitely sell from here. But with the liquidity pretty obvious, and you know, us coming down for so long, you know how many bearish days it is? It's plenty. It's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that. And we're on the oversold in the 4 hours, I've been mentioning for the week too. We're gonna get some type of, you know, jolt up, right? And then with all that understanding, again, the thing is that when the fib is here and it's here, right? It's not even at the 50, right? And when the price comes down to here, it does hit the 50. So it is hitting the 50. It is shallow, but we do have also imbalance on this candle, which on a 5-minute, you can see it very clear. It's also on the same on a 30-minute, 15-minute, you can see the same as well. Yeah. So that being said, here's the deal. First of all, I'm not trading. It's 5:20 in the morning, but price does shoot back up, right? Takes this liquidity here, gets back in the open of the day, and then shoots up. So here's the thing. I'm using time in my factor because, we're trading. I'm trading off to New York, right? So as far as 830 goes, 830 is right here. It shoots the price down first and shoots it all the way up. Bull candle and takes that out. That's exactly what I wanted to see to be a seller for this move down. Beautiful sell. Where am I taking this? I'm already knowing it's a speaker situation. It's my intention was to come down here and buy. I didn't want to well, obviously I wasn't awake here, but I don't want to be a buyer from, there's no way I'm buying a buyer from here. So the range is just this leg's up, and then this leg is like this, up, down, up, final higher high. That's the real higher high. And then boom, price comes down and breaks that and gets it and tags this. See look how it tagged it, literally, right? So it tagged it specifically, right? And then that's your real higher low. So I know that sounds funny, but it'll look like this. Watch this. Just watch this here. Game I'm giving you. I'm telling you. Okay. And then that's the higher high. So it gave up one drive, 2 drives up, higher high. Finished, sinks all the way down. Well, I mean, it did have structure coming down, but and then makes this low, which is the real higher low for really what this leg is going to look like. So watch this. You see this? Can't you see that? You can see that, right? Very, very key to see that. It's not hard, right? You see it. So very, very confusing. I'm going to delete this. But the point of what I'm sharing with you is that you are okay with dragging the fib to here. See that? And you don't necessarily need the fib. If I deleted the fib, you'll understand that we have a possible structure going up. We have this speakering out, and we know we want to at least tap this to fairly deliver price and mitigate it. And you also have this support. You're sitting in this support right here. So this candle right here, so when it comes down, it comes back up and shoots down, goes above it. This acts as a support. More in reality, I should have just highlighted this candle up. That would have had me in the range. Me wanting to come down here a little bit lower, missing this trade for the buy, which is crazy because this is what I'm waiting for. But that's okay because I let it does go back above, right? So I got to show you under 1 minute, man. But when you have this fib here and understand that it just came underneath the 50 again, gave you a better price delivery, and really just tagged this. That's all this was trying to do, so it could then make the leg up. So if we were gonna have a leg down, I mean, at this point when the price is here at 830, we don't expect it to kind of come down. I didn't. I knew that we were gonna kind of switch up, but and only because of this liquidity here and up here and that daily imbalance with the see the purple lines right here. And look how we fucking make this leg all the way up here and don't look at points away. Point, literally a point away. That's amazing. So, and that was sneaky for themselves. I'll tell you in a second. But go on 1 minute real quick. Watch this. So I want to make this short, man. So here's the deal. Beautiful 830 sell, man. So I don't even catch it at where I want to catch it. It kind of moved too fast for me. So when the price came down and came back into this block, I'm using this as resistance. When the price is in here, I can automatically hit the sell button. If it was wrong, then it's probably wrong completely, because if it comes up higher, then then something's wrong. But I identified my liquidity points. Where my liquidity when I'm here. So it's not like I'm looking at the chart here or here or here. I'm here. Literally at 830, right? Well, it's actually right here. Shoots down and let it shoot up. And I was hoping to take out that piece of liquidity. You see that on the 15 minute, you can see it. It's just shooting up right there and grabbing that liquidity right there, right? So with that being said, I've already identified my other liquidity, which is right here. See this right here? This low? I want to come and take out this low and yes, tap into here. As you saw on the 5 minute how it was highlighted. I could have refined it to this, to be honest. And even more than that, but I won't even get into that. But the point is that, well, let me move that. So the point is that here's what happens. Beautiful sell pre-New York. So I take the money off, love it. Like this is exactly where I wanted it to go. Actually it wasn't here, it was above. It was this candle right here when I took out the profit right there. It's coming into this imbalance right there because I wasn't sure if it was gonna pop up, right? You don't know if it's gonna pop up. But I take the profit because it's already a great profit. I don't give a fuck what happens. But yes, I will get tricky when I start trading because I'm kind of like, you know, not exactly what's going to happen, but this liquidity I did like. So taking this, price pops up. I do take this sell as well. I take this sell because it comes up and it hits this low. So I was like, all right, clean break. You know, we had this trade yesterday, I think. And I was like, I'm taking it. So I took the trade here. This comes down at 9:30. Now it's 9:30 exactly. Shoots the price down like quick. And I was like, you motherfuckers. Because they what they did is they shot the price and they tagged this low. And I was in profit. But I wanted to come down and take out that low. Okay, so it didn't happen. It shot the hell up. Obviously, I got to get out because it takes me out. So lose that trade. All right, now the price comes up here. And it's so fast that I couldn't even buy it. But I do know these probabilities. Okay, so follow. Because I still want to, I'm still for sure want to get down here first before we go up, before we make a new leg up. Because this is just really the leg down to then retrace back up. So this is like my higher high, that's my higher low. That's how I'm looking at this. But we're going to take liquidity in the process. Anyways, price pops up here. Look at this. This is a 1 minute, so I'm not going on lower time frames. It would be a little better for me if I had lower time frames, but I can't because some of you don't. So I'll just leave it at this. Price, I'm watching price, and if you were watching price, you would see the price come up right here, get into that block right there. So it ends up coming higher. Fuck this, this attempt. Comes up and it smacks the bottom of the open. I mean, when you're watching and you see it hit it specifically, I'm pushing the sell button. This is a confidence trade. This is, I'm dealing with levels that are specific. It's not just anywhere. Most traders will struggle with price just floating somewhere, but I try to use obviously confluence as everyone does, but you want to look for specific levels that they hit. So like if this hit, like this would have been a good buy too, to be honest with you. Because it did just literally smack that and come right back. But in general, this was a beautiful trade to get down into here. So I'm sold it, got it. I'm already in. So this would be another entry if you use this right here. Comes into the middle of it, and then shoots to take out now that liquidity. Right, we got both of those. And again, I'm telling you about this low here. So this is already drawn out. This is already drawn out when I'm up here at 8:30. So I'm already framing the work, right? And here's the fib is here, and I'm totally cool with it. My problem here was that I wanted to hold a little longer and get into here. Here or here would have been nice. And I was super married to it, and you can call it greed. That's probably what it was. But what the messed up part about it is that when we tagged twice, we came down here. Look here, we didn't hit. Look at this shit. This is how they fucked me, whatever. How I fucked myself even. But how they tricked it is when they came down here, they didn't tag that high of the imbalance. Look how close they got to it. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, we're gonna retrace back up here. I'm holding the trade. We're gonna retrace up. I also take the trade out. All right, and we retrace back up here to come lower, and I'm looking for a buy. Sure enough, the price does that. Comes above here, which is fine. Comes into here and seals most of the price. Fine. Suspect that it didn't seal it. It would have been better if it did. It didn't. Came down again to take out that low. All right. So really, I got the 3 drives, but I was really just married to getting into here, which I shouldn't have. So price came down, took that low one more time, taps the block, taps this imbalance now. You can't miss that. And then this thing flew so fast, I wasn't able to push the button. especially on my lower time frames. But if I did have a higher time frame, it would probably help me out for tagging this. But it just happened really fast. Anyways, missed the buy. Buy comes now. The buy comes above. No problem. Gotta wait for this to take this liquidity out, because that would have been the trade I was looking for, to take the liquidity out here and get into here and possibly here, but at minimum here. Okay, so price comes up. Boom, I take 2 losses trying to get this sell right here, because I knew that we came above and that we're going to retrace deeper. Where are we going to retrace back? Well, if we're shifting, remember the whole idea was the possibility of shifting up, right, to make a new leg. You can see it here very clear. See that? Boom. See this leg right here? Can't miss it. But this is what you got to paint in your head. Well, take the sell here. So take 2 losses here. Then the price dips, gets back into the middle of this candle. 1 minute. Boom. Taking that sell. Where am I taking it? Well, obviously I want to take out that low. I want to fill up this imbalance. Get into that down block right there, which is at a perfect place. And what does it really hit? I'm telling you, can't make this shit up. Price comes down literally right to that last down candle. This is a demand block right here, smacking it right there at the same specific level, and that's to give me the signal of buy. And you do that when price kind of tags back in to that down wick, this last candle, but the wick itself, see how the price comes right back to the open and below it, just a hair. That's an entry for me. And then the stop loss has got to be generally down to the bottom, or if it's I can even put it 50%, or you don't want to be too tight, I would put it a little bit less than 50% of the wick, and that's as far as it goes, because if it's going any farther than that, it's a wrong trade. It's gonna lose for sure. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, but this is beautiful, and you have to be able to see this live. So once it tags this last down candle, very clear on the 1 minute, so I'm leaving on the 1 minute, your intention to take this. And if you put a fib here, by the way, I'll just move this real quick just so you can see, because there was a point where I had this. So, you know, just to give you the idea of the training wheels idea, but look at 70, nice and right underneath it, very good level. And you could have used that for your first range in the main leg, your first range in the main leg. So you had one range, and you really had you had 1, 2, 3, 4 drives up. You can count this all as one, but technically this is a range. But once you had this range from here to up, it's not really retracing back unless you count this one here, from here to here to here, right? See that? And then from here to here. But you know, in reality, it was just the drives up, trying to get real close up to here. But my point is that in these legs, I'm going to end up looking for my final range of this leg here. So that takes the buy there. You want to you take the buy here to at least here, at least to take out that liquidity, because it's a good trade, right? Up to here or here. But you know, if you want to hold a little longer, you can get into here. That's target 2, and then target 3 would obviously be above this high, because we're having the narrative of trying to build a leg up, but it's 11 o'clock and I'm not playing with these people. I'm going to leave money on the table, which is fine, and I'm good, and good for the week and good for the quarter, because of the fact that we're going to be shifting into the new quarter, and you want to kind of be nimble, and you don't want to be trading, kind of too much at the same time, and holding, and because things can happen and things can change. It's a place where it's 50-50. So, keeping it simple, right? But in general, we are following the same logic. So we're in this leg here. We built this leg up. I left the money on the table of getting up here. I did try to take this. After taking this profit, I did take the profit here. Price retrace, I was like, let me try to get a buy right here. I know it's going to bust through, because I'm really trying to build that leg. Sure enough, they take me out, dude, with all this mess right here. And I was like, fuck y'all. It's like about 11:20 and I'm done, right? So, but I left this whole leg up as far as profit goes. And I knew this was going to happen, but it's just part of the game. So once we get this leg here, you see this double right here, comes right back into this up candle, stays there, and dangles that carrot, but I was not concerned about that. If I was going to be trading, this would have been a beautiful trade to sell it down to the 50 underneath that liquidity, which we had a hard time trying to catch in. Notice how it comes to right there, not a coincidence. and it comes right to this down candle here. And look at this shit. If you held this trade, what's it called? You would have tried to maybe get this 61 right here. And look how they dangle that carrot. They don't do it on purpose. Look what they do. Bring the price back up. If you're taking this buy here, which I would have took this buy as well, because you're trying to break that high, because you want to build a new leg up. If we're trying to, retrace, right? What does it do? Boom, shoots all the way down, takes out that liquidity that you tried so hard for, and got right to the 70. I mean 61. Sorry. See that? Look at that. So I got that identified right range. So this is what's going on, man. And then boom, another opportunity to take a buy. Where does this finally go? So when you take this trade here, your minimum target is up here. Doesn't have to be up here, but minimum here, because this could be another sell down. So if you take this buy here originally, your first target is here, or maybe right there. In best case scenario, at worst case scenario, right here. Best case scenario, obviously, is right here, right? But you might not get it. Look what they did. Brought it down, shook them out, right? So it's manipulated. That's why I don't want to fuck with them. That's why I want to be already done. But price comes here. When you take this buy, and it took out these people, where would the minimum target be for this trade? I would be one right here for sure. Again, number two, it would be probably right here. Okay, somewhere in this candle, probably, or in this inefficiency of price. Where did price come to? Literally on the head of that, almost like a point away from hitting that imbalance right there. This is a 1 minute, right? Yeah, see that? But this candle would have been more important for resistance. Look at the price. Came up here, shot the price down, trying to wipe them out. So even if you took that sell, where is the minimum target for this sell? I'd probably say here or the open would be my first guess. Obviously, best case would kill them if you're a seller. But we're trying to build higher lows to come probably up to get back into this daily imbalance. So I know this video is long, probably. I got to cut it. So what I'm going to tell you is this. We are in a situation where we're going to see if this range holds. Okay? Because remember, we didn't take out that daily imbalance up there. And we're inside this range from here to here. So technically, we're still bearish. And it can sell from here. All right? But if I was to flow with the flow it is now, even knowing that we did come back up here and we do have this daily imbalance, your target on the top side is definitely this daily imbalance. There's no question that this is not what people should be targeting, I assuming right now. I don't see it coming lower to take out them and then come in here and then buy. It is possible. And that's why it's a little tricky that where we are, because obviously you know that it can come and tap into here possibly. Even fucking take them out, because the first week of the quarter is generally bearish. So we could take, this is just all possibly big liquidity for us to wipe out, then shoot the fuck up again. We don't know. But when it's your time of the day and you're trading, you want to go according to the times that are in the day. This was an 8:30. This was a trade. 9:30. This popped up. This was a trade. Over here, this was 12:30 right here, peaking at reversal lunch for this fib coming down. Down here, 1:30 starts the PM shift. Not a coincidence that this pushes it from here. Down here we get to 3 o'clock right here. We shoot the price all the way up, and then at 3:30. We end up pushing it down. So that's not a coincidence either. These are all times in the day. They're important. And then as far as, again, tomorrow goes, what is tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday, right? Is it? No. Today's Thursday. Yeah. Sorry. So Friday, do we see a big bullish movement to wipe out that whole week where we are? They could. They could use one fucking candle and push all that up and wipe them all out. People will be like, holy shit. So top side there, bottom side, I'll put these green lines here. So whichever liquidity we take first, I'm gonna assume that that's the direction we're gonna go. I'm just gonna assume that. So, but again, we're in this range here. We should be expecting a new range for a higher high up here if we're following the structure. Targets, you see what they are on the downside. I don't have to mention them to you. Um, you know, I really don't see this low is probably going to get protected. If not, it'd have to be a strong uh, price movement to whip that out. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to come lower. But prices generally higher prices is at the near term is what we're looking for. But you'd have to break this high and this high. Well, this is debatable, but definitely this high. So if you start seeing movement down, you're still in an up leg right now, as far as I'm concerned. You are. All right. Hope this helps. You guys take care and God bless.